Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Australian report for Thursday, July the 15th. We're looking at the ASX on a 4-hour chart here and also a wave 4 as well. And we're looking for this wave 4 to be completed. We know wave 4s can get pretty big and ugly, so it's also possible that it's not completed. So we're just doing our best to understand what's going on here. It's being dragged down by the banks, so we'll have a closer look at the banks today. We need CBA really, as I have mentioned just about every day. We need CBA to it's also in a wave 4, so from here 1, 2, 3, and we're trying to figure out this corrective move here. It's at its 38.2%. It could drop lower to 95 or the wave 4 of one lesser degree, but that would be beyond the 38.2% retracement level. We will, we really want to see, the banks weigh heavily on the ASX, and CBA is about 9% of the index, but you need to double check that. We're just really looking for this market to get back up on the 100 there. That would be the first step of a positive bullish move at that point. But typically when you see a market move down and then move sideways, they just drop. So we'll see how that plays out. So we'll come back to that in a moment. But we want to see this lifted up onto the 100 here. That would help the ASX. Now the ASX is drifting up. Obviously the resources are strong, but it's been lifted up by the other indices as well, the US indices. So we're expecting them to push higher on the Friday. So we really just got to get through the Thursday. Thursday's got a habit of opening higher and trading lower. If I'm wrong, well then that's okay too. It's just that Thursday we expect that bear day, and we haven't really pulled back to our 50-60% retracement level to move up from this point. It's possible that, there's a couple of things here. It's possible this is an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave to move down a bit lower. It's also possible to put wave 1 over here as well for this. Either way, we've got long trades in here. We just need to keep the stop out of the way here. So we just need a little bit of patience with this on the hourly chart here. Let me get it into perspective and then tidy it up a little bit so we can see what's going on here. So from wave 4 here, we've been counting up 5 waves up through here, and then we're looking for the A wave here. And I think this makes quite a nice B wave actually, but it's very unusual to get an expanded flat correction in the indices like this here. So that means the B wave taking the top of wave 1 out and then looking for 5 waves down here. It's almost like a running flat at this stage, but let's see if it pulls back down here further. Like I said, it's possible to also have wave 1, copy that and put that over here just for the moment. It's also possible to have that like that. So this would play out here more like the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave here. We just need to be, I can see that the market's bullish, but I just don't know how it's going to pull back. But if it pulls back, it'll pull back into that 73 there. And if it's going to do it, it will do it today. So, so let's just go to the tick chart. So we're keeping the stop out of the way no matter what positions that you have in the market. We'll also look to buy new highs to add to our positions as well. Let's just go to the tick chart and check on things. So 10k may be enough, so plenty. So yeah, look, the count up to here as wave 1 is a little bit dodgy. Some of it I understand. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, not a problem, comfortable with that, happy with the ABC here. This move up through here, reasonably happy with it as 1 and 2, nice strong third wave here. I'm not sure to put the 4th and 5th here, or the 4th and 5th just here for that, but I do know that's all part of like the same structure there. This one here gives me a little bit of a hard time. I can see that this is 1 and 2 in here, and 3 to here, and 4 to here. Then we got sort of like a 3-wave move here. So I wonder if this wave 3 needs to go here, and this wave 4 needs to go over here somewhere, and then the wave 5 here. So if we have a little look at this point here, this trend here, It looks like we've got 1 and 2 here and 3 here. Let me just check note here. Let me just double check on that. I can't see it. It's tucked away. But it's probably 5 waves to here. So what we could probably do is look at this level here. So that understand that, which brings us into pretty much group 2 at this stage. So we'll just put group 2 in there. So group 2 will be, let's just move that for a second or two and put this in here. 80, 72 and 65. I mean, I normally, if that 72 becomes the support, then I would start to build in long trades from that point. But here at the 60, if you get a classic trading levels pattern on 73, 72, then go long. But otherwise, this market could move up here and then have 3, 4, and 5 and move down in that a larger C wave. Now it's possible to have that as wave 1 and then an A wave here, a B wave here, and then put this C wave in here, and it's done and dusted, and we just cruise straight off from that point, straight up from there. That's possible, but it's also possible that we get 5 waves down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, coming into that 61.8% retracement level area. Do I have a green wave 2 there? Nope. So we'll put one in. Green wave 2 here. So I'm not quite sure how this is going to play out here, folks. But yeah, we need to keep our stop out of the way, and we just need to continue to buy new highs. Only small amounts, you know, build it in. So we'll be looking for a move from the 73 to 75 as wave 3. So looking up here as wave 3, 1, 2, 3, and then there'll be 4 and there'll be 5. So we've got a long way to go up. We don't really want to be flicked out, and we know that the US markets are strong and they're moving along quite nicely. So let's just go back here a second and get some perspective on this. And the 4 hour could do us on that. So like I said, we've got positions in here. We've been buying new highs. We'll continue to do that. It's good that we're above group 1 here, and anything is possible. This wave 4 here could go over to here, and we could end up with all this being part of a larger B wave with a C wave coming down here, brought down by the banks. So that's possible, because the banks are kind of doing this this thing in here, you know. So when we have a closer look at this is a 4 hour chart, but when we have a look at CBA, it's kind of doing the same thing as well here, just spending time here sideways. So I've looked at this on the tick chart. I can't make heads or tails of it. There's too much overlapping wave structures here, so I don't know what it is. But our message is that it's at its 40% retracement level, 38.2, and we need it to sit on top here. And we need to have a little look at ANZ as well now. I think with ANZ, I mean, we were looking at 3, 4, and 5 here to make wave 3 here. So that's possible. We're going to wave 4. Otherwise, we'd look at this as wave 1 and 2 here, which I'm starting to take that away now. So that's not going to be the play here for that. So I'm going to remove that there. So yeah, I think this is, we've got to put this in here now, and we'll have to work this wave 4. So technically ANZ should continue to drop from this point in line with this wave 4 over here. So if you're in this market, that will be that. But I also want to have a look at the banking sector. So the banking sector is the XXJ, and this is a daily chart, and it takes us back to the COVID low over here. Now there's a couple of ways that this could be counted, but the reason for showing you this today in one way or another, I just really wanted to point out that you know, we could put wave 1 here if we wanted to, and this big one here, there's a possibility for that. So I still got to figure that out a little bit. But the thing here is that either way I look at this is either 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, or it's just 1 and 2 here. But you know that in a trend, there's there's the first wave, the middle wave, which is normally the longest, and then the fifth wave here. So realistically, in this pattern here, we're just in here somewhere. So this is all the trend here, right? This is all the third wave. Now it's either 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, or it's just 1 and 2 here for that. But this is all the trend here. So I'm thinking that this is the little wave 4 here that needs to play out, and it could get a bit uglier than that. But then we would need to look at wave 3 to the upside here to make this wave 3 of this wave 5, and this will be in line with the S&P 500 and so on as well, roughly. So sorry about that. Yeah, so some sort of larger ABC pattern here is the one that we're waiting for the, this 3 to 4 here is this 3 to 4 here. Okay, that's that one. So we're sort of about here in the trend in this 5-wave structure here. We're here for that. So this will be the big one here, wave 5. It won't be very long because the extension's in wave 3 here. This wave 1, be it here or be it here, I've still got to figure that out, as I mentioned. It will only be about that length here, so it won't be long in that case. It will take us in this is the XXJ here, the banking sector. So the XFJ, the financial sector, will be the same thing, but slightly sort of different. Yeah, so and I also sort of envisage as well, not to might as well have a look at the bigger picture here. So all of this up here, so we go up here, all of this will be 5 waves up here, right? Once we have those 5 waves, then we'll be looking for an ABC pattern to pull back at that point. And once that occurs, this will be this will be the system popping and all the rest of it. This will be what the US markets go through as well. And once that's completed, this ABC pattern, then we'll see further upside as well after that as well. But this can pull back from 5 waves up here, as 5 waves up for wave 1 and ABC back for wave 2. So everybody's waiting to panic, aren't they, basically? So this will be the panic here. There'll be small panics in here, but this will be the panic button here. And this is where they'll print more money or do something in that case. But anyway, one step at a time. I just wanted to show this today, just to show you where we are in the banking sector, so to speak. So let me just... So one way and another, we've got this wave 4 here. Now that could be a degree smaller. That could be like when we're looking at CBA and ANZ, we're talking about this little blue wave 4 here. But still, we've still got all of this move up. This wave 4, which will be quite time consuming. It could be bigger than this wave 2 here in terms of time. So a good 6 months, if not more, in wave 4, and then wave 5 to the upside here, which won't be that long. But yeah, we're looking at something like that. That's what we're looking at. So for long-term bank holders, it's fine, really, as long as they're paying dividends. You don't want to get stuck in a 6-month spiel here with no divvies. So yeah, anyway, that was that, and that's that blue wave 4 there in that case. So over to the resources, and we always start with iron ore. So with iron ore, let's just go to the daily chart to start with. So just to recap a little bit here is that there's some things I know and some things I don't. What I do know is the move down here is in 3 waves. It's definitely in 3 waves. It's clear as a bell. So that means that whatever's going on here is just bullish corrective, and we will continue to move up. So iron ore stocks can be in the same sort of vein one way or another. This is iron ore from China, not from COMEX, because there's more volume done here. That's one of the reasons for using it. And also as a CFD product, we can trade it as well. So the question is, what is the pattern here? And look, it is complicated, and you know, technically I've got it, because that's in 3 waves here. It can be a flat part of the flat family, could be a triangle or a double zigzag or something. I've just got it here simply so far as an A wave, a B wave, a C wave, a D wave, and looking for an E wave here in a way. So yeah, and then the market could move up from that point, but it's not going anywhere. This is the 50-60% retracement level at the 1200. This is the 50-60% as support here. It's not really it's not like, it doesn't look like a triangle, you know. So it's probably it could be just a triangle inside the B wave, so I could probably just have it inside of here. We'll get something like this, and then maybe a move up here again for this, and then down from that point. I really just don't know. And as you know, I've just been working it on the tick chart. I think we've been doing okay with the tick chart, really, in terms of sort of understanding things. So from the top here, it's very clear that we've got an A wave, a B wave, and 5 waves for the C wave here. Then we've got an A, B, C here for the B wave. Then we've got 3 waves here for this. And you know, I felt like we've done a pretty good job through here, actually. And then we're looking for the A, the B, and the C wave here. After the C wave, we're looking back again here for the A wave, and then up for the B wave, and then down for the C wave here. I've had a quick look at this morning. I need to do a little bit more work on this. I don't know if we come down from this point or we just pop up here and then we come down from that point. I don't know that yet. I need to do a bit more work, but we're still range bound. So nothing really to look at in that. But yeah, stocks have been moving along quite nicely in that regard. And we always look at BHP first, well, mostly. And this is the daily chart for BHP. So just going back over this here, a little bit messy. We've got this wave 3 reference point here, and then we've got wave 4 here. Now it's a bit of a simple wave 4, so it's sort of like, is it the wave 4, or do we need to put wave 4 way over here and look at some sort of triangle? But when I look at the size of the previous wave 4, then the relationship is 60% bigger, 1 degree of structure moving higher, you know, because the further that you go out from 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34. So the further you go out, the golden mean comes into play at the 61.8%. So I just see each structure as you know, each degree of structure as it moves out being you know, 60% bigger. But there's definitely a debate to be had about that. Well, it is possible, if that is wave 4 here, to have this as wave 1 with an ABC for wave 2. We've taken out the top there, so that really helps us a lot. It helps us in the way that we know that this is not going to be down for 1, back for 2, down for 1, back for 2, down for 3, coming down this way. It still could be the triangle, though, with an A wave, a B wave, a C wave, a D wave, and an E wave here. But even so, if you're holding this stock for the longer term like I am, well then, it's no biggie, you know. You can we can hold through a move down here in this space, you know. Yeah. So I was just checking on something else while I was there, but that's okay. I don't need some of these. So yeah, we could be in 1 here and 2 here, and then we could be building up for blue wave 1 and blue wave 2. Now that's the exciting part about this. So in that regard, going into blue wave 1, we've been counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So we're looking for wave 4 to pull back. So what we're expecting. So nothing new here in this. And I still think that we still haven't reached that green wave 3 yet. So from 2 here, it'll be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 going, or I may have done. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. We'll just give it a bit more time here, a good couple of weeks, and we'll see if we get this 5 waves up here. Then we're still not out of the woods. We'll look at it as wave 1, but it can be part of a wave B here. And in the wave B up here, there's another count. We'd look at all of this as an A wave here, and then an A, B, and C wave for the B wave here, and then down for the C wave here as an expanded flat. So that's still possible. So I'm looking at all counts. But in the meantime, we don't need to do anything. We're sitting here nicely with all of this. So just clean it up a little bit. Don't want to get rid of the text. We don't need that line though. Yeah, our buying opportunity will be over here. Well, in fact, if I just ditch this, it's really going to be on top here for that, on top of that B wave here. That B wave maybe further down, and so on. Anyway, we'll just keep working it and keep building in a few positions on the Australian BHP. We've got the same thing again, wave 3, 4, 5, 3 and 4 here, and then looking at this as 1 here, ABC for 2 here, and then also looking at a slightly different count here, but looking at this as 1 and 2 in here, and moving up higher here. It still could be this wave D that I've got here, but I don't need that now. But what I can say about this is that this move here is confirmed as being corrective, so that means we will be moving higher at some point. I don't know if we're going to come back and check the 50. I mean, you would think so. That would be the normal thing to do, you know. It's sort of floating up there like an island reversal, so to speak. But if we're in the wave 3 business here, we may not stop here. It may just be 1 and 2 here, and then 3 here and 4 here, and then pushing up for 5 here, and then continuing to the upside. So looking good there, and Fortescue metals. This is looking fantastic as well, and I've got another buying thing here. That doesn't need to be that far away. Actually, that can be brought in much closer. Because I can just see that this is more bullish here. This is 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, and it's building here. So we could go again at buy again at this point here, because even so, this here is 1 and 2 here. You know, this needs to play out here as 3, 4, 5. It just, you know, there's no other way for it to go. The only thing I'm unhappy about is this one here, because I couldn't get 5 waves out. I've only got 3 waves out of it. But I can't look at that as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave in here. It doesn't really work. And even so, we'd still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here. So anyway, and the other good part about this is corrective as well here. This is bullish corrective. So we'll be taking out that top. We'll be at $30. I've said this a long time ago that this stock in the bigger picture is at 30. I might even have a weekly or monthly chart here. I haven't probably updated it for ages. Let's just go to the monthly chart. That's not much. It's an old count. Yeah, I still haven't done a good job on that, but anyway, I will do some work on that. So Rio, we should have a quick look at Rio here. Now, all we're really waiting for Rio is to get support on 130, because that would be the top of Minor Group 1, and if we do get a tested support up here for that, and it's got all the same patterns as the rest of the market, except with the rest of the market, we've got this as 3 and 4 here. And that's possible as well. So I could count this up here as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here. But the reason we're counting this as wave 4 coming back here, it's a bit close to the top of wave 1. And secondly, that it's just really sharp. It's more like the nature of wave 2 here. So I think this is slightly different here for Rio, but time will tell. And but at the meantime, we've got a position here. We're going to get another position once we get support on top of 130 with a little classic trading levels pattern sitting here. And yeah, so it's moving along nicely. This looks like an ABC here. It looks corrective, so we can label that 1 and 2. This is also 1 and 2 in here. This is also 1 and 2 in here. This is also 1 and 2 in here. So it is building nicely. You could, if you don't have a position in here, I don't know if you want to wait for a setup or not, but we'll get this a little bit close. We won't be way up here with it. We'll get it. We just want to get it up. We want something like this. Let's just say we get something like that, and then we want to put that sitting on top there. So we'll give it a few days, and then we'll put something on top. That's how we'll do it at that point. So I'll put that a bit closer. I want to get a price closer to the 130, you know. We can also add again through group 1 here. So on 30, we've got 1, 2, and 3 of the next degree smaller. So that 33 there, getting support on that separates the market being pulled back to the 130 at that point. It will go to 5, and it's going to go to 5. Well, then it's going to go higher at that point. So we could get 2 or 3 positions in here. Let's just do that nice and slowly. And so that covers those sorts of stocks. We'll have a look at crude for a moment. Oh, actually, no, we'll have a look at, we'll go copper first. So with copper here, we know that on the weekly charts here that we're in this is where we are here. We've got 1 and 2 and 3 here. We're looking for wave 4 that may be done and dusted on that low there. I don't know that. There may be one more little move back down here. I'm just not quite sure of how this is going to play out. But this is the wave 4, 1 lesser degree just here. But it's already pulled back to the 38.2% retracement level here. And also too, this could go like all an A wave here, B wave here, and a C wave here. It could get quite complicated. It's a little bit tricky to dissect in regards to the beginning of this trend here. This little move, the start of this up here, that's what's throwing me out a little bit. This looks like a 3rd wave. This looks like a 4th wave. So I was just sort of expecting it to mosey on down here further from that. Yeah, don't need that one. So it's getting pretty weighty. I mean, if the 9,500 became the support, well, then we would be bullish from that point, because across here is the 38.2% retracement level if we take it from the top here down to this point. So, you know, to be bullish, you'll need to have support there. So otherwise, we're just looking for this to play down here a little bit. But like I mentioned, is that I don't know if all of this is just going to be the A wave here, and then we have a B wave over here, and then a C wave over here for the wave 4. I don't know that. It wouldn't surprise me as such, but yeah, let's just see how this plays out. And this could be, I'm not quite sure about how to play this up here just yet either. Sure, I could get in the guessing game and show you that I'm confident, but I just have to be honest. So that still needs to be resolved here. But like I said, if the 9.5 becomes the support, well, then we're on our way at that stage. Just go to the 4-hour chart here. I mean, it doesn't even, you know, as a wave 4 here, just doesn't count very nicely. I mean, obviously the 5 waves are here, so that's got to go there, and that's got to go there, and so on. I'll just put that in there. Drop that trend line back on wave 2 up there. Not that's a big deal. So we can go long here. We can drop that down here now and go long on that one there. But otherwise, we're just going to fold over, and we'll look for 5 waves down here. Now this will play out because it's got the same, much the same move as the Australian dollar, of course. So Dr. Copper, as they call it, as it's the heartbeat of the economy doing well or not, because copper's in everything. Even those big green technologies want copper, like windmills. They've got like 4 ton of copper in there. I mean, it's extraordinary. Anyway, besides that, Australian dollar, we know that this move here is corrective. You know, when we got the reverse of that in the US dollar index, it's the same as well. So we know we've got an A and a B wave here, and we're looking down for the C wave. Now, some of this we can understand quite nicely. So wave 1 and 2 is fine. This is dodgy here. That's okay. This wave 3 is okay. Wave 4 is okay. Wave 5 is okay. And then this move up here is, I've got it as wave A here and a wave B here, and maybe a wave C here for wave 4, and then down for wave 5. I don't know if that's the case. We may have the low in. We could even have wave 4 here and wave 5 here, and have this as 1 and 2 here, and then moving up here. But I'm just going to chill on this for a while. I want to see copper play out further, and yeah, and this here, you know, it's just because I don't know what's going on here. I also know that if I'm patient and just allow it to be for a while and don't touch it, don't stop poking it with a stick, so to speak, then it will just reveal itself in the end. But in the meantime, I'm not going to get frustrated with it. I can see how it can be countered in different ways. So I don't have a clear answer. You know, if we see an impulse wave, let's just imagine for a moment that this is some sort of impulse wave here with an ABC here, and then we'll have wave 3 here and 4 here and 5 here. Well, that could still be wave C at that point. So we could go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. But it's not like we're going to miss anything, because even if it is a C wave here, well, then it's going to come down here. If it's wave 1 up here, well, then we're going to have an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave pulling back 50 or 60%. Then we'll move up. So we'll just catch it through here and through here. So it's not like a big deal, but at least we won't have a loss, you know. So, yeah, we'll just be a little bit patient with this. So that's those guys out of the way. I will have a look at crude now. So with crude, and then we'll look at Santos and WPL, which I forgot to do yesterday. Sorry about that. I should have a worksheet, and I should have everything sort of worked out before I do videos, but I just don't have time, and I don't have time to do rehearsals. I'd just rather get straight into it. Life's not a rehearsal. So this move down here from wave 3 to wave 4 here, it is in 3 waves. So it is possible to count this up as 1 and 2 and then go to 3, 4 and 5. It's also possible that because it's in 3 waves, it's part of a flat correction. So that means it would come down for wave 4 here and then move up from that point. Wave 1 and 2 was very simple, so we should expect this to be complex here. On the tick chart where we've been following it, need more. Okay, so this is where we're up to. It's very clear to see from wave 3 top here that we've got an A wave, a B wave, and 5 waves for the C wave here. Now that could just all be, copy that could all just be the wave A here, and then we come over to the B wave here, and then we go down to the C wave here. If we do look at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here, then we'll need to look at this move back down into the box here, the 61.8% as wave 2 here, and then we'll move up from that point. So in that case, we'd still need to get a move across the top here to help confirm that. This here counts as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for here. It's almost like it's in sort of 3 waves and not even finished very well here. As this is wave 2 here, I would have to put this on this low, and then I'd have to put this wave 5 on that one there to make an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave, because that's got 5 waves, 1, 2, be 3, 4, and 5 in here. So that low could be in place there. Doesn't look very promising here though. If that low, let's just say, if this low gets taken out here, then it's bearish. Okay, then we'll be going down at that point. Put it like that. It's easy. So anyway, we don't have to wait. And even if it was bullish here, we'd look for we'd see another little 5 waves up here, which would catch tomorrow with an ABC here, and then we'll go in over this side. So we're not ready here. It's just not ready. So we'll just leave it for the time being. But it does sort of help us with Santos and Woodside. We didn't look at the US dollar, and it's on this chart, so we're just going to do that now. This is the DXY. It's a weekly chart here, and just to go back over this a little bit here is that from the low on the weekly chart here, we can count all of this here in two different ways. So we'll just quickly go over them. One is that we've got an A wave here, a B wave here, and then 5 waves up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for wave C up there. Okay, so an A and a B and a C, and in that case we go down for 1, back for 2, and then we go down into wave 3 over here, and then a 4. So in that case, if we've got this as wave C here, we've got this as wave 1 here and 2 here, and then we're looking for 5 waves in this move down through here. The bounce off 90 here, we're looking as a wave 4, so an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave. We're going to have a closer look at that, and then a move down to 88, the previous low over here roughly, to make wave 1 here. And from wave 1 would go back to the box here as wave 2 here, and then from wave 2 would go down to wave 3 here, and 4 here, and 5 here for this, with wave 3 playing out here and wave 4 playing out here. Obviously this is, you know, a move down, back down into here is going to put a lot of pressure on the other markets around the world in that regard, in terms of them doing business with each other and so on. So that would be the bearish count. The bullish count would be that this here would be wave 1 here with an ABC for wave 2. It's a very big wave 2 here, so that's why I've gone for the A, the B and the C wave here. But wave 1 here and 2 here for that, and these 5 waves up here, they would make wave 1 as well. So they would make wave 1 here, then an A wave, a B wave, and when this one finishes here on wave 1 here, one more move down here, that would be the A wave, the B wave and the C wave for wave 2, and then we'll just go up. This would go up further at that point. So I'm just talking Elliott wave. And in that, I won't know until we get to this point over here and it starts to make a move this way or that way. At that point, then I'll say, well, we're going down or we're going up from that point. So I need to get to that point first. So in the bigger picture, that's where the US dollar index is, and that's sort of helpful for looking at the other markets. So, like I said, copper is still in wave 4, and we're looking for it to have a move down into wave 5, possibly. The Australian dollar, the same as well in the bigger picture. Well, the Australian dollar in reverse, so that would be the top here in Australian dollar, and the first move down in the Australian dollar is corrective. So let's just have a quick look at that again. So on the 4-hour chart here, this move down here in the Australian dollar is in 3 waves. So that's really this A wave here. So that's the same as this little move here, this move here. It's in 3 waves here. So it's corrective. So that makes it an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here. This is a weekly chart, so just going into the daily chart to pick up that trend to the downside here. So from wave B here down to either wave C or wave 1 here. I don't know these just yet, but either way, once we get to this point down at 88, once we go from wave 4 here, orange wave 4, down to wave 5 here, we're going to go back up into this box over here for that. And it's only when we get up to here we'll establish what this trend looks like at that point, and we'll build a case and gather evidence and so on, you know. Sound like a detective, but that's pretty much how it is. You got to kind of put that hat on. So an A wave here, B wave here, and a C wave coming up here. So let's just go to the intraday to check on how all that's going. So what I've done here, you know that I've been working through a few issues, not personally, just the markets, but wave 1 here and 2 here. So I'm going to, even this is a bit of a dodgy wave 1, I'm going to put wave 1 and 2 here, and then 3 and 4 here, and then going up for green wave 1 and 2, and then 5 waves up here for wave 3. So we were counting through here. So that's wave 3 at that point. And then we're looking, we noted yesterday or over the last few sessions that we were looking at a 5-wave move down through here. So I was looking for a B wave to go back up. It was quite high actually for the B wave, but that's okay. So we've got an A and a B and a C wave here, and then we're going to come down for the C wave here. It's not going to come a long way down. It'll just come back down to support here, and then it'll nick off again 5 waves up. But that should be the top of it at that point. So somewhere between 93 and 93.50, somewhere in that space. I mean, wave 5 needs to be, it will only be short because the extension's in wave 3, this long wave 3 here. So wave 1, if the extension's in wave 3, that means that wave 1 and wave 5 will be roughly the same. But it's never like that. Well, sometimes it is, I guess, but normally what we do is to get the top here, we can just take the top here and the bottom here and do a 1618 extension at that point, or we could take 61.8% of the length of wave 3 and do that. But it doesn't matter what you do with all the extensions, you know, sometimes they hit on perfectly and that's good, and then that gets locked into your mind. But the best way to do is just count the waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the best way. You can get a rough idea, but and the other thing we're looking for here really is this 5th wave here. We don't want top of group 193 to get the support. We want to see it we want to see half a classic trading levels pattern here. So the arrival will be wave 3, wave 4 and wave 5 up here, and then the A, the B and the C will be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, and then heading back lower at that point. So anyway, we'll work through that, and if there's a problem, we'll know about it. But this is where I think the Australian dollar is, and you know, the cable and yada yada yada. Euro won't be far behind all of that. Now I want to have a look at Australian stocks. I'll go to just building a bit of a list here for this. Oh, we didn't look at gold either, but we can do that, I guess, if I remember. So we're looking at Santos and Woodside here. So we'll go to Woodside here. Let's go to the daily chart first. So we've only spoken about this once or twice, I think. Very much like the banks here. I mean, this certainly could be, and this is a daily chart for Woodside. It could certainly be that we've got wave 1 here and 2 here and wave 1 and 2 here, but I'm not worrying about this one here just for the moment. I don't need to do that because it may even be an A wave here and a B wave here and a C wave up here. But I just need to work with what I know, and I can see I've got 5 waves here, so I'll call that wave 1, and then an ABC pattern here for wave 2. And we're just looking for the setup here, right? So we can see from the low here that we've got, well, we've got 5 waves here that I've just called wave 1. And also too, we've got this nice ABC pattern here. I suppose this could be down for the 3rd wave here with 5 waves in it here, right? I don't need to count them, I can see them. So it could be a wave 4 here, but the wave 4 is overlapped wave 1 over here then. So that really cancels that out. That's why I've got the A, the B and the C here. That's the better bet. So up for 1, back for 2, up for 1, back for 2. So where that green dotted line is there, that's where we're going to go long from. But as you can imagine, that the oil market that we just looked at, it can come down for its C, blue wave C of 4. So let me get crude here again here. So with crude, we're also looking for the same. We could call that wave 1 and wave 2 down here, or we're going to call it wave 4 down here. We don't know yet. We know that crude is corrective here. We know that we're looking to move further up. So we're waiting for this to finish, whatever it is, and move up. And so this trigger here will be the trigger really for stocks, unless you're trading futures contracts. CFDs get a bit expensive to hold longer term. You've got to really, CFDs you really want to be out before the end of the day, basically. Or if you're holding more than, 6 weeks, you might as well get a margin loan. It's a bit cheaper. So yeah. So anyway, once this crude thing sorts itself out, it will help with this. So yeah, we can be up for 1 here again as well, and then back for 2 here into this box here, and then move up. So we were looking at entering on that high. We could bring that down to this other high here now. So we'll bring that back down to there. And we're doing the same thing with Santos, okay? So Santos will be the same thing as well. I won't go into the bigger picture, but this is a daily chart here, and we looked at it yesterday, the other day, but we'll look at it again soonish. But I'm thinking this can be wave 1 here as well, with wave 2 here. So we're going to go long above this box is the 50-60% retracement level. So we're going to go long above this level here, which will be the $7.50 will go long at, and if it's going to move up through there, well, then it's going to make it bullish. If it just drops, which it looks like it wants to do, but sitting on that floor of 61.8. So we'll just see how that plays out here to see if this is some part of some other correction here. But we do have a nice 3 here with an A wave here, a B wave here, and a C wave coming into play here. A bit of an overlap on a few things here. I could probably count this differently. I'll mull that over, but this is my first take on it, so we'll see. Yeah, anyway, that's that, and let's just have a quick look at gold. So this is the tick chart here for gold. Just bring in a bit more data here. I just want to have a closer look at yeah, this is what we're talking about. We're looking for that, you know, when this moves up through here, it just makes the support here look so obvious, doesn't it? But it takes a while to get your head around that, you know. So that's great news. So the next step with this is we're looking to go long on the 10 here, and of course the 20, but it's the 30 that getting long on the 10 here, getting that support here was just such a key point. And what we're looking for now is a classic trading levels pattern sitting on 30. So you know what a classic trading levels pattern is, the arrival and the reaction. Because gold has reacted from this level, it means that we're going to get something like this. We may get it that it doesn't drop below the level, you know, the story here where it doesn't drop below the level. But the important thing is you get that reference point high and that second one here, and we may be able to get a better one as well. But even here, even though I don't have the word entry on the top here, that's the entry. Then you can bring it down to this one, and we may be able to get one down here. So this is what we're looking for here. So we're looking for the first high above the level, wherever it may be, and then we'll look for an A and a B and a C here, all that kind of stuff, however it plays out, and we'll go long from that point. And same as if you went long here, then you just put it on top here, or on the second one, or that one, or even over here and down into that one there. That would be the correct one to do it at. But anyway, the idea with all of this really was to just get a position above 1800, one above 10, one above 20, and one above 30, and then we'll also look to get one above 50 as well. So using the further we go out here, I mean, between 1 and 2 is 100, isn't it? But then you go to 3, it's less than 5, and then 8. So it expands. So you can. That's why I kind of like Ryan Jones's money management in a way, because the way that he's calculated of adding and subtracting contracts is very close to the Fibonacci sequence of numbers. I don't think he realizes it, but I do, because I understand the trading levels. So his contract method with contract trading in spot gold or FX or anything that's got, you know, contracts is good, is workable, it's better. Anyway, so that's all good, and we'll have a look at Newcrest. So that's going to be up again today. So I'd imagine it was up yesterday. I haven't looked. Yes, it was up 2%. Yay! Go little Newcrest. So yeah, this was my alternative count where I was looking for one more wave down here, but that's that sorts all that out then, hopefully. So I had my low in here. I just thought we may get one more low here, but that's pushing up there. That just makes it much better. But I'm just going to leave that there as well because anything can happen. We talked about that. I mean, I talked about having a low down here because I didn't want, I mean, I got a position here myself. I didn't, because of the breaking of the 25, I didn't want people getting out if it was just going to return back up, you know. I didn't want the market to be manipulated in a way. So, but anyway, that's fantastic. That's good. That's very good. Let's see if we can get a nice strong bar here today. I mean, what we really want is this low here. We want to see that breached over there. That will be very helpful indeed. Now, what we could get here is probably not the case, but what we could get is, let's just draw, got to have a look at everything. So if we look at that, this is where the resistance is going to be. Well, that's where the supply starts. The first, this here should just mirror that. That's what markets do. There's nothing, there's no, it won't cause anybody to get in that point where people get stopped out here. That sort of thing. So we could end up, I'm just saying, this may not be the case, but we could end up with a situation where we have, this is the A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here. Hopefully not. Anyway, I'll leave that there. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. But what we try to do, as this develops here, we'll see if it's in 5 waves or 3 waves, and there'll be opportunities to get back, to buy on the pullback here. But yeah, no, all looking really good at this point. I don't even know where I've got a position in this, to be honest. It's over here somewhere. It doesn't matter. But what matters next is how do we build in on this? Let's let it run for a little while here, and then we'll as we get some more information here, we'll try to understand where we are within the trend, and then we can build in. But if you wanted to get in today, for instance, then, and you needed to manage the stop, well, then you'd probably need to put it under this low here. You could probably even put it under this low, but just any of the, down a bit further would be better. Yeah, so if you're going to get in today, because it will jump up further and it'll probably move along a bit quicker now, but yeah, just keep the stop under this one here, because that must be impulsive at this point, unless that's the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave to here, and then we come back down. Let me just have a quick look at that again. I'm just going to go to 10 ticks to look at that. I won't be looking at another video, so another chart, so it's hard to get 5 waves, from this low here to this point. I mean, I can see it in here. I can see it on this one. But I'm just wondering if this is an A, B, C for the A wave here, then the B wave here. Then this is 1 and 2, and that's 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and 3 and 4. It's definitely going higher. So yeah, I can't work out that. But I mean, at the end of the day, what we'll probably be forced to do will be looking at, I don't want to draw on this one, as 1 here and 2 here, and we'll accommodate that for the time being. Unless it's, yeah, anyway, that's the problem. Sometimes you just can't see it in some of these stocks. Then you got to go in and have a, get in closer and even have a look. Anyway, I'll try to figure it out over the weekend. It's one puzzle after another. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Cheers.